Welcome my lovely ladies and gorgeous gents to my channel today. Thanks for stopping by, and if you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So for my content today, with Halloween just being around the corner, I thought that I would create a press-on set, and this is going to come in really handy for a party that I'm attending. So I've taken the nail tips and obviously I've sized them to my own nails, and I've covered 4 of them with a white. One of them's going to have a blood drip effect on them, and the other 3 is going to have decals. But on the tip that's going on the ring finger, I'm just using this Beetles 192 to give a little bit of sparkle to. Did find with this glitter though that I did need to do a number of coats to start building up the sort of the opacity of it. I think what would have done sort of with doing that nail again is maybe put a sort of a red colour underneath and then use that over the top. So moving on to this tip is going to go onto the thumb. I just thought that I wanted to create a sort of a blood drip nail. So I just took some sort of red nail varnish that I had sort of in the drawer, that I didn't sort of use very often. And because I just thought this would be a little bit thinner than the gel polish. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just going in here, putting a big blob sort of on the tip, and then just dragging that down, or coaxing it down, sort of the tip area towards where the cuticle is gonna be. Can't get my words out. So you would be able to control the thickness. Obviously, I've put quite a big blob there, which has created sort of a more sort of a thicker blood drip. But if you sort of went in with a smaller sort of dot on there, then you would find that the blood drip would probably be sort of a little bit thinner at that end. But I'm quite liking that. I think it looks quite authentic, really. So just going with sort of another blob. Sorry about sort of being a little bit out of frame here. Hopefully I'll move back in a moment. But again, just put another sort of blob on there, and here we go. Back in frame now for you. So yeah, just coaxing that down and just making sure that I'm happy with the effect, moving it around as I need to, and then just going in with this final sort of blob there. And as you can see, I put a little bit too much on and it starts sort of running, but hey ho, that's what sort of blood does, doesn't it, when it starts sort of running down. So so yeah, I think that doesn't look too bad. So then taking some decals, which I just purchased off Amazon, taking sort of the 3 and slowly cutting them out. I didn't need to be too careful because I did notice on these that they did have sort of like a board around that would then separate the sort of they wasn't all joined together, if that makes sense. So there was add a individual border around. So I'm just soaking those in water now, and here we go. So I gently take off that first one, realize that I'd wanted it the other way around, and then sort of replace it with using my tweezers, but then sort of I pat it down there with my finger to make sure it's as smooth as I could possibly get it. I think that looks quite good on its own, really. So then just taking those other decals and adding it there to the other sort of two nails that I think one's going to go on the little finger and the other one is going on the index finger, and then the sort of the red splodge is going going to be going onto my middle finger. So again, sorry that I'm just doing this all out of frame. There you go. So I'm just popping that on and just trying to sort of smooth it out as best as I can. Did notice with this one did get a little bit of crinkles in, but because I'm going over it and going to be doing a bit of a blood splatter effect on it, then it didn't matter too much. So again, sorry about, I don't know why my camera, there we go. Camera's sort of zooming in now and focusing. So again, just patting it down slowly. And there you go, there's all the three nails with the decals on. So they look, I think they look quite effective just on their own. So although these look quite effective as they are, what I want to do is create a little bit more detail and put a little bit of a blood splatter effect on. So what I did was took a straw, put some of that red nail polish that I used to create the blood drip, put it in the end, and as you can see, I'm there trying to blow, but that attempt didn't quite work out well, and it just sort of all fell out the end. So I load it up again, and there we go. Give it a nice splatter, which creates a nice sort of random effect. And then again, I do this with the other two, and you can create as much splatter as you want. So that's the second, and then I do the third. I hold that one, and because I kept blowing it over every time that I went to blow, I kept blowing it over. So here's all of the nails all sort of side by side. Thank you for watching.